Those of you of a certain age will recognise this brand, Creative. Very common in the 90s. We used to see it everywhere, from sound cards to sound cards to sound cards mainly. They had a series of sound cards called the AWE. I don't know if it's OR 32, I remember. And you could get some wavetable upgrades. And the brand seemed to have gone away. I mean, I haven't really looked for them any time recently. Maybe there's the odd speaker set or something that would have come with a sound card that would have a Creative logo on it. But this is the first time I've seen something with the Creative logo on it in the wild. And it is a clip-on Bluetooth speaker. Oh, it does have an accessory. Let's see what the accessory is. Feels very much like a USB-C wire. So I'm going through this stage in my life where I've got legacy devices like this that work really well, similar function, but they've all got the USB micro on them, and it's starting to annoy me. And although they're still functioning, I'm kind of phasing them out just because it's annoying to charge them up if I'm on the move. So I thought that this would fit the bill as a portable little speaker, clip-on, something you could leave on the side of your nightstand or take with you if you're running or something. And it's a very hardy little thing. I was wondering if we'd able to do a teardown on this, but if I zoom in and you have a look at this Muvo 3, that there's no screws and there's no real seams on it. I mean, it's really nicely done. There's a slight, I guess, is that even a slight rubbery texture to this? It's slightly textured, but still pretty hard. And then the back and the front are hard plastic. So clearly it's, you know, clamped together like this in construction. Creative logo, USB-C on the bottom. Plus, minus, probably volume and mode. I think it's time to pair it. So I'm going to hold down the circle. Again, we don't look at instructions.
Pairing.
Pairing. And oh, look at that little LED. That's quite nice. And did you hear that it said pairing in a British accent? Well, it's British enough for me. Right, Bluetooth mode on the old phone here. Just going to do the pair new device. Creative Muvo 3 just pops up there right away. Bang, let's see what it's doing. It's currently pairing. Would you allow it to access to call history? I guess it doesn't need access to that. Oh, there we go, connected. Good to go. Right, let me find some free music to play. Here's something called Audio Library, and it says, welcome to Audio Library, your go-to place for free, no copyright, royalty background music. I have some music playing here. The volume is not set to be particularly loud, but I noticed an interesting feature here. So you've got the circle button in the middle which acts to stop the music, right? So that's pause and play. No problem with that. You want to turn the volume up, press the plus. However, don't hold down the plus, because if you hold down the plus, it goes to the next track. So if I go minus now, hold it down, it goes to the previous track. But multiple minuses, volume down, multiple pluses, volume up. And you could hear there when it reached the maximum, it did a little bleep to tell you that it reached the maximum. Now, something that's probably hard to determine over the YouTube is how much bass is coming out of this thing. It's surprisingly bassy for a little teeny tiny speaker. I think I'm getting to become a real fan of these small speakers. You know, in previous years I've used them and they've always been a puck type thing. Think of something like this shape and it's just got a USB port on the side, maybe a button. Yeah, and the problem with that is speaker in this format though isn't particularly handy apart from if you're going to place it on something. Yeah, so you just plop it down and listen to your music. That's great, but that's the only way you can use it. Whereas this thing actually comes with a lanyard. Great. Carry it on your wrists, tie it off on your bicycle or whatever it is. Clip it to something, which would be really cool if you're running. You can clip it to your running vest or similar. But I noticed when I flipped it over here, there's a bit of metal there. And I did touch it with my blade here. And you can see it was sticking. I was like, why is that on the inside there? But it does provide enough magnetism through the actual plastic clip to stick on things. And this piece of metal shows it sticks surprisingly good. So I kind of feel that if I was working on maybe a car, I would probably use that, stick that to the bodywork. Now my use case though for a lot of the time is to hook these up to my Fire TV stick and have this by my head basically when I'm watching telly. I don't know if it's because I'm getting more hard of hearing or if I just don't want to disturb those around me, but that actually is a real winner for me. It would also make, looking at it, quite a nice little speaker to pop under your pillow. If you're one of those people who suffers from, you know, insomnia, or you need like constant sound in the background, I think that's a pretty good size for it. And it did claim to have 9 hours. In fact, let me just double check that on the box. There you go. 9 hours total. IPX5. I can't remember if that's dust and water. Is water 5? That might be waterproof. We'll have to Google that. Not much else on the box apart from showing you what's in there. So if you're considering a Bluetooth speaker, I think you could go worse than this. I think it was about £20 on Amazon. It's a proper kite marked, or whatever the equivalent is. Yeah, it's a proper brand. So maybe the people who own Creative now really are doing real things with it. And I'm guessing to shut this down, we would just hold the old circle again. Let's try that, shall we? Oh, and there you go, a little doo. Now I'm going to do one more test while I power it back up, because I find this a little bit annoying with some of my speakers, is that, you know, it'll be like nighttime, everyone's asleep, and I want to put the speaker on, and when I turn it on, it makes an alarmingly loud noise. I feel that this one's was reasonably loud. Actually, that's not too bad.
Connected.
Let's try another test. Turn it off. If I have it in my hand like that.
Connected.
Yeah, you could muffle that and not disturb your partner or your household while you're trying to listen to some tunes on it. So, very good. I like that the Creative brand clearly is being used for good, not for evil. And as ever, thank you for watching.